Hello again, everybody. I'm Snapper Lancaster, welcoming you to another edition of the Central Alabama High School Sports Show. Well, as we talked about last night, there's a lot going on in high school athletics right now. As a matter of fact, this past week, they crowned 7 champions in high school basketball, both boys and girls basketball, and what an eventful week it was because, you know, the Birmingham area, we primarily have teams in 7A, 6A, 5A, and 4A. And in the basketball world, the Hoover Bucks won the 7A classification for the boys, and the girls, 6A, Homewood won the state title for the girls, and in 5A, Winona. As a matter of fact, the Dragons, we had Coach Bell and some of the Winona girls on a couple of weeks ago. They come up and they won a championship too. So when you get to thinking about it, what great representation from the Birmingham-Jefferson County area. You've got 3 state champions, 1 in boys and 2 in girls. And there's only 6 divisions, and so 3 of those 6 came back home here to the Jefferson County area. And we talked about earlier how we've had a couple of teams win state championships in wrestling, which was Thompson. They won their 5th in a row. And also Leeds won their first state championship in wrestling. So once again in the winter sports, the Jefferson County area, and we talk about this all the time. We have terrific coaches, terrific athletes, terrific programs, and terrific fans that follow all of these high school programs. So the Birmingham-Jefferson County area can really be proud of their high school athletics and the prominence they have in coming away with as many state championships as they do. And we'll be recognizing some more state champions in the next couple of weeks. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be visiting with our first championship coach of the year. Don't go away.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
If you want to personalize that special vehicle you drive, whether it be a car, SUV, or that truck that you love so much, then you need to visit the Drive Shop. They're located between downtown Trussville and Deerfoot Parkway on Highway 11, where their fine service staff of professionals are waiting to serve you. The services include auto systems, security and remote start systems, tires and wheels, and window tinting, just to name a few. So come by and visit them today or find them online at thedriveshop.com or visit us on the Facebook. That's the Drive Shop in Trussville, 533-8785. Also, if you mention Snapper's name, you'll receive a 10% discount.
Good driver discount, multi-car discount, good student discount. Helping you save money on car insurance is just part of the service you get from State Farm agent Jack Traffinstead. Whether an accident or a simple question, Jack and his staff get you the help you need. And that's the value only a State Farm agent can provide. Call Jack Traffinstead today. 40 million drivers already know nobody gives more discounts to more drivers than State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back, folks. And in this segment, we talked about earlier the fact that we had 3 state championship basketball teams crowned last week at the Civic Center, and our special guest to start this program off happens to be the coach of one of them, and we're talking about JoVanka Ward, the head basketball coach for the Homewood Patriot ladies. And first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And before we get into talking about the season and y'all's experience, I always like to have the coach tell us about your background and what led you to end up being the girls coach there at Homewood.
I have coached college basketball for 11 years. Before coming to Homewood, I was at UAB for 5 years as an assistant women's coach. And I happen to, I have a daughter, and my daughter is 7 years old. The year after I had my daughter, I made the decision to get out of coaching college basketball. The demands were just a bit much, and I had a baby, so I wanted to spend more time with my family, and that was a major decision. But we made the decision, stepped out on faith, and things worked out. Immediately leaving UAB, I went to Homewood Middle School. I spent 3 years as the girls' basketball coach as well as assistant volleyball coach. So it was a big jump for me. 3 years at the middle school, and now I'm in my 3rd year at the high school. So it's been 6 years out, and it's been good my whole time at Homewood.
Well, the obvious question that we would have to ask right off the bat, did you see a year like this coming from this team? And folks, the reason I asked a question like that is this team, the starting 5, is made up of 4 freshmen and 1 sophomore, and they win a state championship. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I haven't. I have not. I have not seen a team as young as the one that I have to experience success so early. So it's a first for me, but it's been fun. The ride's been fun. So I don't know how many other people have or have not had the opportunity to see us play, but it's a young bunch, a young, energetic group of young ladies. So their potential, everybody talks about them being freshmen and being so young, but their potential for the future is really great.
Well, of course, you've been there around the program a few years already and had an idea of what was coming up this year and what you were going to be dealing with. How surprised were you that they have developed to be so good so quickly?
You know, we are a team that's been pieced together, to be very honest. We did have some young ladies that were already at the middle school, and then we had a few young ladies to move in. So it was possibly there simply because the middle school team, they were undefeated. We have a great middle school program, and the young ladies at the middle school, they experienced a season where they didn't lose. They were 22-0. So
wow.
Knowing that they were used to just winning and experiencing that level of success, I thought it could be possible. It was something I thought that could be possible.
Well, the one thing that I always like to ask coaches, and it's a unique question to ask, especially when a coach has a championship team, are you the kind of coach that you have a certain style you want played, you have a certain way you want it done? Well, in almost all cases, you're going to have athletes that fall into that group and then athletes that aren't in that group. Do you find yourself more tending to go toward the strength of your player, or do you want that player to bring that strength into what you want out of your program?
Unfortunately, this is not college, so you can't recruit them according to how you would like for them to play. So I'm very fluid. I mean, I adjust with the players depending on the style of players, the type of players that I have. That will determine my style of play. So it's been good to have a very deep team this year, so it allows me. I'd love to play fast. When I was in college, I played very fast my senior year, and we were very, very successful. So I would always want to play very fast, but again, the teams dictate that. So I'm not very rigid to where it has to be a certain way, or my way or the highway. But I mean, I think your players, especially in high school, they determine the type of play.
I think one thing that people don't realize, regardless of what sport it is, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, defense plays such a big part, and defense can sort of dictate the flow of a game sometimes. But a lot of people are always interested in the scoring and putting points in the on the scoreboard there. But talk about that from your team and your disposition. The fact that, as the old saying goes, if the other team's not scoring, you have a whole lot better chance of winning.
Yeah, as a player, I was a defensive player. I was a scorer, but I really enjoyed playing defense, and that's just been something that we've tried to make sure that the girls believed in, was that we were going to create our offense with our defense. So it's a huge part of how we play. We like to set the tempo and dictate the game based on defensively, making teams turn the basketball over and forcing them to play fast.
Well, I tell you what, and that seems to be the one thing that most teams, if they're not used to that, that's quite an in-game adjustment for opponents, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it's difficult, and like I said all year, that I think our depth is our strength. So to be able to have young ladies to come off the bench and have subs that keep the style of play and keep the tempo has been great for us. So I think it's our strength. I do think that that's something that allowed us to be so successful.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, do you actually do the scheduling of your games, who your teams, other than, I mean, outside of the area I would be talking more, because inside you know who you're going to play.
Right.
But are you one of these coaches that you believe the team becomes stronger by playing better competition, whether they win or lose? So, because sometimes I talk to coaches and players all the time about the fact it's easy to be a winner. We can act great when we're all winning, but there's for every winner there's a loser. And sometimes you gain more from a tough loss to a good opponent than you would by running over somebody that might have half the talent you do.
Especially with a young team. I think that this year that was a challenge for us. We were winning games, and we were winning by a lot. And I think the biggest thing that helped us was some of our losses and when we lost. So I think we learned more from our losses than we did some of our wins when we would play poorly and still be very successful. So it's difficult to watch film. It's difficult to know, to try to pick apart little things when you know that you've just won that game by 20, 25 points. Right. So I think the losses were very important in terms of scheduling. Between us and our boys, we like to sit down and talk about different teams that we'd like to play. But I would like to play a tough schedule. I'm not really concerned. I think we had a great record this year. We were 30-4. I think we played some really good talent. But to be very honest, I'm not very concerned about making sure that we just have a good record and just scheduling teams so we can win and we can so it'll look good on paper. I want the young ladies to be challenged. So that's something that I really want for them.
Well, I tell you, the time gets away from us. One last quick question is, do you anticipate the girls, you don't have any problem getting basketball players into your program, do you?
We don't have a JV program. All we have is a varsity. So Homewood is a school that offers a lot of things. And we like to say we're a liberal arts school. Our band is great. Our show choir is great. Our cheer, a lot of different things are pulling at the young ladies. So to say, I think I have the best basketball players in the school. So we don't have a JV, but again, we get to dedicate and devote all of our coaches to our one team.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Ward, awfully good to meet you. Great under the circumstances. Congratulations on your championship, and we'll look forward to some more down the road.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, 5 young ladies, very instrumental in this championship season. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
You know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
Are you sure we should take this billboard down?
People find out State Farm does car loans as well as they do insurance. Our bank is through.
Good point. Grab an edge.
Look, there's 2 guys on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
No, for real, there's 2 dudes on the State Farm
Borrow Better banking sign.
Gentlemen, please get down from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign. Phil, get the hose.
Okay, he's getting the hose.
All right, let's go.
Want to borrow better? Contact State Farm agent Thomas Waters about a car loan that can save you hundreds.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, we're visiting with 5 young athletes that played a big part in a championship run this year. And when I tell the grades, it's going to knock your socks off. It almost did mine. Sitting closest to me, Hannah Barber, freshman point guard. Asia Wayne, a 9th grader and a guard. And then we got Shelby Hardy. Oh, you're the older person in the group, sophomore. And your position, if I'm not mistaken, is forward. And then Tori Webb, also a freshman center forward. And on the end over there, Kalia Cunningham, also a freshman guard. Okay, now the obvious question, girls, going into this season, we'll start with you, Hannah. Going into this season, it may not have surprised you that you girls were going to be pretty good, but did it surprise you that you ended up being as good as you turned out to be?
I wouldn't say it surprised us. I think it was definitely our goal from the jump to win a state championship, so it's what we were striving for all year. So I don't really think we were surprised.
Well, that's good. That sort of lets me know that you girls were ready. And now, pronounce your first name for me.
Asia.
Asia, just like it looks, really. All right, Asia, here's the question I got for you. Did it ever bother y'all, or did you girls not think about it much, that most of the teams y'all were going to line up against were a whole lot older than y'all were? Did that ever bother you any, or did it motivate you more?
I think it motivated us more to play against older teams. I think it made us strive to be the best.
Well, and then behind me we've got Shelby. Now, Shelby, you are a 10th grader, so that means you're the older one in this bunch. Did that mean a leadership role might have fallen on you a little more? Are you a silent leader, you lead by action, or if you have to, do you mind expressing yourself sometimes when you need to?
I'm more of a vocal leader, so like you might be on the court and I'm talking steady on defense, so that's just me.
Well, and let me tell you something about that too. A vocal leader is somebody that the coach really needs, because a lot of times, you know, you guys, and I say that meaning girls, you girls can maybe not be on the same page, and sometimes one of you players trying to put the other player in line helps the coach and keeps the coach from getting in hot water with their players or the players with the coach, right? Yeah. Tori, how many years have you been playing basketball?
I think about 7 years. Right?
Really? Do you participate in any other sports there at Homewood?
I did volleyball for 1 year.
Oh, okay. But you've decided on basketball, is that going to be the sport you want to stick with?
I'm thinking about trying out for volleyball again next year.
Oh, okay. Well, good, good. And Kalia, how about you? You play any other sports other than basketball?
Yeah, I play volleyball.
Do
I
you?
played softball in middle school, but I don't play anymore. But I just play volleyball. That's about it.
Okay. Now, I know in the last couple of years we've had some area changes and all that kind of thing. Different teams put in different areas, different classifications as well. But with that thought in mind, Hannah, is there any teams that you enjoy playing against in your young career so far, or have y'all ended up playing more teams that you're used to being around since you've been playing a couple of years?
I think with last year playing when Ramsey was in our area, I think they're one of the teams that we really like to play and get ready for and get up for, since we actually ended up losing both times to them in the regular season last year and then winning the area championship. So I think we were ready to play for them this year.
Well, it sounds like, and the coach sort of reiterated this a little bit, that you girls like that challenge, and the fact that you were so young didn't bother you at all. With that thought in mind too, Asia, we'll ask you, did it matter to you who you played, or were there some teams you look forward to playing more than others?
No, I don't think it really mattered. I was just ready for the next people to come around.
Okay. Shelby, are you one of these players, and I ask players and athletes this a lot because it makes a difference and don't sound like it would, but are you one of these players that likes playing at home before that home crowd, home cooking, or do you like to go on the road where that hostile crowd is and they're hollering at you and calling you those funny little names and everything, but if you end up maybe smoking the team, that gym gets awfully quiet, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like to play on the road, most definitely.
Well, you know, one thing that I will say about that too, and we'll ask Tori your opinion on this, that sometimes the players feel like there's actually less pressure on the road because you want to do so well in front of the home crowd at home sometimes. Do you feel less pressure, or does it matter to you?
It really don't matter. I'm ready to play whenever.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's the attitude that you need to have, and the attitude the coach is awfully glad that you've got. So, Kalia, who did you enjoy lining up across from? One team more than another, or do you have say a friend somewhere that plays at another school and you always look forward to playing them?
No, it really didn't matter to me who we played. Like, like Tori said, I'm just ready to play.
Yeah, did it being at home or on the road, did that matter?
I prefer playing at home better.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's very interesting the different answers you'll get from athletes, because sometimes I've actually heard them say that there seemed to be less pressure because you wanted to do so well at home. Well, girls, one question I always enjoy asking young athletes, because you never know what kind of answer you're going to get. I'm meeting y'all for the first time tonight, so I know absolutely nothing about you. Now, what I want to know, what is there about you, whether it be a hobby or whether it just be something you really enjoy doing, whether it's hunting, fishing, writing poetry, or just whatever. What would be that one thing that people don't know about you that it might surprise them if we told them? And that's what we're going to do right now. What would that be with you, Hannah?
That's a hard question. I think with basketball being one of like our main focuses.
You don't have time for anything else?
I don't really have a desire to do anything else. I think with the goals that we have and as much as we enjoy playing, I think that's just one of the main things that we like to do.
Asia, how about you? Do you write music? Do you sing in the shower? You know, there's got to be something
we sing
like
in the
that.
shower, but
Everybody sings in the shower.
You just a plain old-fashioned girl?
No, I mean, I can do multiple things, but I don't know. Nothing really just comes to mind.
Oh, okay.
That's that question
Well,
is asked.
or nothing that we'd want to say anything about anyway, right? How about you, Shelby? I know there's something.
I like writing a lot.
Do you? Yeah, was it poetry, stories, or something, whatever?
More poetry.
Okay, good. Tori, how about you?
I also like to write.
You do? Okay. Kalia?
I don't have nothing.
Oh, you don't? There's nothing wrong with that either. You just normal, and there's nothing too surprising about you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, girls, it's been a great thing to win a championship. Now let me tell you what goes along with that. You're going to have a bullseye on your back next year. So going into this season, the off season, you win the championship, you got the off season coming up and other sports involved that you play in. But Hannah, are you fully aware that next year, and let's just, for lack of argument's sake, say y'all snuck up on some people this year. Next year, they're not going to let you sneak up on them. So you girls, and I'm sure that y'all are put together this way, I'm sure that you probably have a lot more talent because you've got a lot more years to grow. But the one thing about it, what's your mental set going to be preparing for next year? Because you got to know that people are going to look at you differently, like they're going to really take you serious.
I think this year we were kind of ready for that when the rankings first came out, knowing that we were the #1 team in Class 6A. I think that kind of already put a target on our backs, and for us being so young that people were really going to come for us. They didn't want anyone younger to be beating them. But I think it all goes back to hard work, so we're just going to work hard in the off season and prepare the same way that we did this year.
Well, Asia, do you feel like that you're going to have to step up your game or just continue to be the best you can be and the chips will fall where they may?
I plan on stepping up my game, but I want to play to the best of my potential.
Oh, absolutely. And I guarantee you, it's like the coach and I were talking about, the fact that you girls are so young and have had so much success, that don't kid yourself, a lot is going to be expected out of you. But that's a compliment because of your ability. You get a championship at this young age, you feel like you ought to be have a pretty good shot at doing it again. So let's hope y'all do that. Now, one thing that I want to ask you young ladies, and of course it's way too early to tell, but you never know. So, some of you might think about it earlier than other young ladies. So Hannah, with that thought in mind, do you have any idea, and I realize being out of school is a long way off, but have you ever thought about what you might like to do for a living one of these days?
I'm not really sure what I want to do.
Well, let me ask you this. Being an athlete, has coaching have you ever thought, man, this is fun playing, my playing days are over, I might want to coach?
I think that the love that a lot of us have for the game, just to stay around the game and help others through it, would be.
Okay, Asia, how about you? You think, is there something out there you want to do or you know yet?
I was thinking about going in the medical field.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, that's one field you could definitely never go wrong in, but we've still got 2 or 3 years to think about that, don't we? Shelby, how about you?
I want to major in mass communications.
Really? Okay. Well, good. Tori?
I would also like to be a coach one day.
Really? Well, I tell you what, if you get to be that coach, you're going to have to talk a little louder because they're going to say, I didn't hear what the coach said, but I got a feeling you'll grow into that too. But that's great. How about you, Kalia?
Yeah, also, my love for the game is like really strong, so I want to be around it a lot and as much as I can be.
Okay, girls, we've only got a minute left. One quick question I like to ask in all athletes, and you can answer it as quickly as you can, but to this point in your young lives, who's been the most inspirational person or persons? We'll start with you, Hannah.
I think a combination of Coach Ward for sure, and then my parents.
Good. Asia?
I probably would say like my coaches now, but I would say my coaches from last year too, because they still push me to try to like be the best I can be.
Good, good. How about you, Shelby?
My parents and our coaching staff.
Good.
Coach Ward, most definitely.
Okay.
My parents and coaches.
Well, good. Girls, y'all been a delight to have on the show. Congratulations for that state championship, and we're going to be looking for a lot out of you next year as well, okay? We'll take a quick break, folks. We'll come back. Guest number 2, don't you go away. The Drive Shop in Trussville not only personalizes cars, SUVs, and trucks, they can personalize your motorcycle or ATV as well. They also specialize in automotive accessories to fit your specification. They provide performance and fuel economy upgrades, lift kits, off-road accessories, custom lighting, bed liners, and much more. Once again, that's the Drive Shop located just north of downtown Trussville on Highway 11. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The number to call, 533-8785. Or visit us online at thedriveshop.com or like us on Facebook. Don't forget, you'll receive a 10% discount if you mention Snapper's name.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm.
Saved $760.
Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Alan Gurdeau in Trussville today.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Oh, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, as we talked about earlier, we've got another basketball team, same school. These were 2 outstanding basketball teams, and of course, we're talking this time about the young men's team. Coach Tim Shepler. Coach, good to see you. It's been a while.
Good to be here. It has been a while.
Coach, for people that might be seeing you for the first time on our show, tell us a little bit about your background and how you've ended up being the head basketball coach there at Homewood.
Well, this is year 20 at Homewood, and I came up from Louisiana, 20 years ago, and found a good place, and it's hard to leave a good place. So we've had a great time at Homewood, and got great kids to coach at Homewood.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, going into this season, did this team that you had, did you think they had the capability to be as good as they turned out to be this year?
I think we had some great parts, and we had some guys that were great teammates. I knew 6A basketball was going to be a tough level of basketball, but I felt like if things fell in place, that we could make a run, and you know, that ended up happening.
Well, talk about your philosophy a little bit, and the reason I ask it is a lot of times, you know, a coach has a certain way he wants his players to play up tempo, or maybe defensive minded or whatever. First of all, talk about your philosophy, and secondly, are you one of these kind of coaches that you want it done your way, or are there times when you may not have that talent to do it that way, or the kids may not develop into being strong in the area the way you want it, but may have stronger points that you could use in a different way? Are you very forgiving, or you try to keep it just strictly the way you want it?
Well, we always try to start with this, that no matter what group of kids we have, we feel like defense, if the one thing that can always be consistent is defense. So we try to stress defense, and from day one we talk a lot about that. From an offensive standpoint, that always varies from teams to team. Sometimes we got a little bit better inside game. We generally have shooters a lot at Homewood, so we always kind of wanting to look at the 3-ball as an option. And then it just, you know, this year, for example, with Malik, we had a lot of stuff directed towards our point guard and playing off of our point guard. Malik did a great job of taking what was there and then kicking out to our shooters when they tried to double team him and that type of thing. So, you know, it's really just finding what works on offense, but trying to stay consistently strong on the defensive side.
When it's not many times that I'm sitting up here with a coach that's been at one school 20 years like that, and one of the questions I would ask you, and it's strictly pertaining to basketball, is the fact that are the athletes, are they much different than they were 20 years ago? Are they easier to coach? Are they bigger, quicker, stronger, or just do they have more outside interest than years ago, or how has that changed in your career?
Well, no, I don't think they're harder to coach. It's really a lot of the same things. Now, you know, they have a lot more distractions as far as phones and videos and everything that they want to do on their phone. So, you know, years ago, they pretty much a lot of times just it was basketball and or else nothing. Now they've got a lot of options out there. So kind of finding the gym rats is maybe a little bit harder today, but they're out there. And so, you know, we just try to encourage them in that, and we've been fortunate.
One of the reasons I asked you that question, and I know you know Coach Buddy Anderson, and Coach was telling me, I asked him how the athletes change, Coach, and he told me, he said, Snapper, the biggest deal that I have seen that's different, when they leave that practice field, instead of heading straight to the showers, they head straight to the cell phones, you know, and that kind of thing. But when it comes to your schedule, I was talking with Coach Ward about this too, and I think that outside your area, you make your own schedule, right?
Yes, we do.
Are you one of these coaches that you believe in scheduling? It's okay to have a team that you would have a real good chance to beat on there, but are you also one of these coaches that believe you play a tougher schedule, out of area schedule, it's going to make you a better team if you handle that the right way?
Yeah, I think whenever you have a good team like we have, you can schedule so many wins if you really wanted to, but something that's going to make you playoff ready is something I look at, and so we try to mix in and play a lot of teams that are gonna really give us a hard time, and even not just talented teams, but teams that maybe play more zone, teams that want to press you, teams that want to trap you, and so we have a wide mix of teams that we're gonna could see in the playoffs that we had already seen those styles prior to that.
And the reason for that is if it's handled the right way, it's going to help make your team better, isn't it?
Sure,
Has the participation in your basketball program through the years, have you had a lot of players involved year after year? In other words, there's still a lot of kids that want to be on the basketball team at Homewood?
Yeah, we have 3 teams, and I think this year we carried, 13 or 14 per team, and so I've always said that the hardest 2 things from a coaching standpoint is making cuts and determining playing time, because all those kids are out there and they want to play and they want to be on a team, and those are tough days as a coach.
Well, when you schedule teams, do you ever take the opportunity to schedule teams where you might have to travel a pretty good piece? Do you try to keep it sort of local, or?
Well, we like to give our kids good experiences. So we went to Orlando and played in a tournament this Christmas, and we try to do that every couple of years, and treat them like they would be treated, if they went to college and played. And so we went down to Orlando and had a great experience down there for about 5 days this year, and we feel like that's an important thing, and it's a great time for our team to bond and develop chemistry. So we do try to do things like that.
Talk just a little bit, we're about to run out of time quickly here, but talk about the support of the administration, the community, the parents. Do you get good involvement in that area that helps make your program even stronger?
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the 20-year question. Why would you be someplace 20 years if you didn't have a supportive administration, a supportive community, people that are really come out of the woodwork that say, Coach, is there anything you need in your program? How can we help you? And when you have that, that really makes you want to be give your best and get the best for your kids in that program. So that's part of the reason that we've been here for 20 years.
Well, Coach, it looked like next year you're going to have some talent coming back to make another good run. We do.
We're losing 2 seniors now. Those 2 seniors are going to be big pieces to fill, but we do have a lot of them coming back.
Well, good to see you again. Enjoyed. You had a great season. We know it would like to turn it out a little bit better, but still a great run.
I appreciate it.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, some of the athletes very instrumental in the outstanding season that Homewood had. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive million-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm.
Saved $760.
Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Ted Townley in Homewood today.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, we've got 4 gentlemen that played a very instrumental part in the very successful basketball season, boys-wise, that Homewood had this year. Malik Cook, a senior, and the point guard next to me, John Yarborough, a senior center. And behind me over here, Chris Miller, he's a 11th grader center, all right? And then Ronald Claiborne, 11th grader forward, correct? All right, going into this season, we'll start with you, Malik. Going into this season, did you think you and your teammates had the ability to put together the kind of year y'all had this year?
Yes, sir. I fully expected us to do it. I had much great faith with everyone said. I knew we could do it. We had a pretty good team coming in this summer, but these guys coming up, they won a lot of games coming in from freshman JV. So I knew they had a tradition of winning. And I love winning, so.
Well, we all do. If we compete, we like winning, don't we? Now, John, one question that I would ask you is a lot of times people underestimate this word in sports, but it's very important, and it's called chemistry. Now, the reason chemistry is so important, if all the players on the team like each other, they'll work harder, they'll pull together more, they'll be more unified. And if you do all that, then you maximize the best you can be, whatever that is. Talk about the chemistry on this year's team, and were you guys not only good athletes, but good friends through the year?
Right, so this 11th grade had been together for a long time, and they were just really welcoming to Malik and I, and then Luke, who was a sophomore. And, you know, we just get along. We're always joking around in the locker room. But when it's time to work, we knew, you know, to get to work. And I felt like that really helped us, you know, just being friends, just as a chemistry as a whole.
Okay, Chris, one question that I would like to ask you is, are you one of these guys, and I ask the young ladies this too, a lot of times athletes enjoy going on the road to play because there seems to be less pressure. Because at home, you're playing in front of the home crowd, which is good, the home cooking, which is good, but the expectations are high. Sometimes it puts a little more pressure on you, whereas when you go on the road, you can have that hostile environment. They're hollering names at you and all that kind of stuff, and maybe blowing you out. But all of a sudden, if y'all shut them down, then gym gets awfully quiet. And do you feel more relaxed on the road, or does it matter to you?
Well, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just a team, and we just play together on the road.
Okay. Ronald, how about you? Do you prefer playing at home, or does it matter to you either?
I prefer playing at home.
Do you? So you're more fired up by that instead of intimidated by the fact that they expect you to win when you play at home. One question I enjoy asking young athletes, and Malik, we'll start with you, college-wise or pro-wise, what athlete would you like to be more like on the basketball court if you could pick one?
I wouldn't say Damian Lillard because of the way he shoots the ball and the way he is a leader on the floor.
I know from the way the coach talked, you're a shooter, but you're a passer as well. And so it sounds like you're an unselfish leader from that standpoint. How about you, John? Is there anybody?
I try to, you know, be a leader like Joe Kimno is on the Bulls. He's kind of an unconventional center, and I'm kind of unconventional. You know, I just find a lot of inspiration with him just pumping up his team and leading them to a lot of wins.
How about you, Chris?
Probably more like Blake Griffin. He's one of the leaders on the Clippers, and he's very athletic.
Yep, you're right about that, Ronald.
I try to be like James Harden.
Really?
Yes, sir.
If you could play like that, you'd be doing pretty good too. That's great. Malik, you being a senior, is there any certain college that you're going to, or have you had any college offers?
I'm not quite sure about the offers, but I have interests from some colleges. I'm just sort of taking it one day at a time.
When you go to school, first of all, let me ask it this way. If you could go to any school that you wanted to go to, which school would you pick and what courses would you take?
I'll go to North Carolina. It's my favorite school.
Because of their basketball tradition?
Yes, sir.
And what would you hope to be one day if you?
I'll major in finance, so financial manager, accountant.
You ever thought about coaching?
I thought about it. I don't really like it.
Yeah, I was going to say. Now, I appreciate an honest man, because let me tell you something, Coach will tell you this too. Coach is not for everybody, but that it's a special profession that the ones that do go after it really love it. How about you, John? Where would you go?
I'm actually headed up to Richmond to play football.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. And I'm real excited about that. And I'm hoping to be a lawyer.
Really? Well, I guarantee you can't go wrong there either. Chris, now you guys being juniors, next year more will be expected out of you. Do you think that you and the teammates that you've got coming back have an opportunity to maybe be in the same situation that this team was, be this good next year?
Yes, sir, we do.
Do you know any of the players? That's a lot of them that are coming up?
Yeah, Well, we have a lot of sophomores that are coming up too. but-
Okay. Well, that's good. Ronald, how about you?
Yeah, the main group of guys coming up, we've been playing together since 4th, 5th grade.
Yeah. Well, now, you know, that's, I think John said something about that a while ago. That's such an advantage sometimes because you know each other well and all, and next year y'all will be seniors. And so I guarantee you, if you've got a group that's been together a while, y'all can do some very positive things. Another question I enjoy asking athletes is, we're here and this is the first time I met you guys, but what I would like to know, is there a hobby or something y'all enjoy doing that might surprise people? If you told me what it was, give me an example of something you do, whether it's you might like to hunt, fish, play golf, sing, sort of get the idea that not everybody knows what that is. What would it be for you, Malik?
I like to declare that I'm the best 2K15 player in the country at this moment.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So you ready to take on all comers?
Yes, sir.
It takes confidence for that, right? But if you can do it, then it ain't cocky, it is confidence.
Yes, sir.
Well, good for you. I'll stay away from you. Okay, John, how about you?
I'm not the best 2K player, but I've been playing piano since I was in kindergarten. So.
Really?
Yes, sir.
And I don't mean this ugly. When you say play, you're actually a pretty good player.
I don't like to brag, but I mean.
No. Hey, let me tell you something real quick. Let's get this out in the open right now. If you can do it, and it's a fact, it ain't bragging.
Yes,
and you
sir.
don't have to feel bad about it because it takes a lot of skill to play a good piano. And so you play a good piano?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good. That's great. How about you, Chris?
I like to play Call of Duty.
You like to what?
Call of Duty.
Oh. Would you like to expand on that a little bit?
It's a shooting game. It's a lot of fun.
It is? If you're a good shot? Yeah, if it's not a lot of fun, is it? Oh, okay. I think that's the way that goes. Ronald, how about you?
I just like to travel, sightsee.
Now, what is it, and Malik, we'll start with you, what is it about basketball that turns you on to it? What do you like most about it, and what do you dislike?
I just love everything about it. I've been playing since I was real little. It's always been my passion. So, I love the ups and the downs.
Yeah, so nothing really is a negative to basketball to you?
No, sir.
Well, good. That's great. How about you, John?
When I was little, basketball was just the next sport up. I'd play any sport that was in season. And as I got older and I'd started to watch the NBA, and my mom's actually from Chicago, so I started pulling for the Chicago Bulls, and just seeing professionals play, and then me trying to model my game after professionals is just kind of where I found that interest.
Well, good. How about you, Chris?
I found out like basketball was my sport after 7th grade, and I really love it.
Okay. Ronald?
What I like about basketball is I just like the team part of basketball. I just like to see my teammates do well, everybody do good.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something else about sports, too. With you guys being upperclassmen, juniors and seniors, there are young kids, and I'm sure you've had them come up to you. They like the way you play. They like seeing you play. What would you tell a youngster why basketball, and because this is what we're talking about, why that would be something for them to get involved in as a young man? Malik, we'll start with you.
It grows character and a winning attitude. I feel like if you can grasp a good character and you always get that right mindset in life, you can pretty much do anything you want to do.
Okay. John, how about you?
One of the big lessons I've learned from basketball is delayed gratification. Working out, and then especially conditioning for a big guy like me, getting in good shape. It really stinks when you're doing it, but after you get in shape and you're running down the court and the guy next to you is huffing and puffing, it's a good feeling.
Yeah. In other words, all that hard work is paying off.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Chris?
All the life lessons that you learn from the game, and it makes you a better person.
Well, that's and a lot of that is complimentary right back to the coach, and good for you, Ronald.
My advice is to give it all you got, because you'll miss it when it's all gone.
Yeah, the old saying goes too, don't do nothing like that halfway, give it everything you got. Guys, one of the questions I really enjoy asking young athletes, and because you get a varied answer, but a very serious answer. And Malik, we'll start with you. To this point in your young life, who's been the most inspirational person or persons?
Say my uncle, Darwin Cook. He played in the NBA. I went and worked out with him this summer, but just to reach that level he did, and it's always a goal of mine.
Well, good. John?
The most inspirational person in my life would probably be my mom. You know, she just showed me how to be resilient in the face of adversity, and I really appreciate it for her.
Okay, how about you, Chris?
My parents, they really teach me how to be a young man.
Good for you, Ronald.
My mom, she pushes me in everything I do, and she wants me to be the best.
Well, the good thing about moms, they're always in our corner regardless, right? Well, guys, you had a great, outstanding season. For you seniors, good luck in the endeavors wherever you end up and whatever you end up doing. And guys, maybe next year, who knows, you might take it all the way to the championship, okay? Folks, we've had another great show, good coaches, good athletes. We'll see you about this time again next week. Till then, you know what the snapper always says, bicycle.